Hey everybody out there, this is Kris Nicholson. I am basically just examining the piano, making sure that everything's right. I put the wood filler on and just basically just trying to see if everything is going to be 100% right, or probably not 100% right, but as much as I can get it before I spray it black. So yes, the color of the piano is going to be black. I was going to make it different other colors. Hey Melissa, hey Rick, how you doing? I was going to make it another color. I was trying to see mahogany, and I was going to try to see if I could brush on the black. But obviously when I took a little bit of a sample block over to the refinishing store, the wood store, and so they sprayed one piece black, and they sprayed another, they brushed another piece, and when they brushed it, it didn't look right. So I decided not to go that route, and when they sprayed it, it looked good. Honestly, it looked good. But they said I probably used a little bit too much. Hey Melissa, how you doing? Hey Jeff, hey David. They said I probably used a little bit of too much sanding sealer for this, but give it a try. I put some wood filler on it, so let me show you what it looks like right now. That's it right there. You know what? I'm going to take this off the stand. So I can rip it off. I got Velcro. There we go. Take it off the stand. And just to show you what it looks like. You know, I forgot to put on the music desk. Hold on 1 minute. I'm going to have to put it back on the stand for a second. And then, just for a tight second. Let's see if I could get a better picture. There we go. I just noticed that. I forgot to put on the music desk. And where is it? Right here. The reason I forgot to put on the music desk is because what I have to do is I have to sand down this music desk right here. It's kind of wavy. I don't know if you can see it through the light, but it's kind of wavy a little bit. So I'm going to sand it down and then try to smoothen it out just a little bit more. I might just do that tomorrow instead of today, because I'm going to have to take everything apart again. Hold on 1 minute, guys. This goes right here. This goes right there. There you go. This slides in and out, which is pretty cool. Alright, let me just position this a little bit better. I got new wheels. There you go. This is so I can do a walk around. Alright, position this a little bit better. Sorry about this keyboard that you see right over here. But, okay, let's take it off and let's do a walk around. Now, I try to see if I could do this color on stage, and it's not going to work, guys. As much as I let the light hit it, it's not going to work with this color. But it still looks good, right? This place is like right over by the cheek. Right over here where I put the wood filler, and that's going to be gone when I finish with it. But let me get this out the way. There's a sanding sealer. Hopefully I don't kick it, so let me kick it underneath the piano. There we go. That scissor too. And this is exactly what it looks like right now. And as you can see, this part right over here, I have to sand it down so get that waviness out of there as much as it. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Jeff. Now, right over here, this is not attached. This is where the pedals are. And you see there is a there's a gold piece right there, like a brass piece. And when I take, it has a film of plastic on it. So when I take that off, it's going to shine even more, which is pretty cool. But that's going to actually be screwed onto the pedal lyre. And the pedal lyre is now a real working pedal lyre, just like on a regular grand piano. Here is the lid, which is the fall board. And the reason they call this a fall board, this is a one-piece fall board. And there it is. It just basically falls on the keys, just like that. So I thought that was pretty cool. I thought that was really cool. And as you can see, right over here, it's actually two pieces right here, but it's just glued together. This is what I'm going to miss about the fall board, is that tiger. That beautiful tiger inlay right there, coming from the wood. So that's what I'm definitely gonna miss about the fall board. Now when you open it up, you don't see that other piece. It's just flat. You see? That's the magic of it. This is 61 touch sensitive keys. It's mini keys compared to a regular piano, which this doesn't have all the keys on, but this has full-size keys, of course, because it's a piano keys. These are shorter. These are much shorter. You know, it doesn't have a hammer action. It has a Korg microstation built into it, so this is built around the Korg microstation, which is really neat. What else did I do to it? It's a lot of things. So let's do a panoramic view. I'm sorry, I have very little room. And that's what it looks like right there. And I know you guys want me to play it. I'm gonna play it very lightly, because one thing about it is that I got one of my partners sleeping, so I can't play it too heavily. The blue light right there, that is a separate speaker system. So I could turn that down and still have the piano up, which is really cool. Okay, so let's go to the other side. Over here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jump up here. There we go. And this is what the other side looks like. And you see those skid rails right there. Those are the Pro Skid moving rails. So all you have to do is just put your dolly on it. You don't need a grand board. And looks pretty good. Looks really, really good the way how it turned out to be. I was very surprised to get the beveled edge right on top of the lid. Very, very surprised. I wish I had a lock, which is, I wish I had a lock, which is usually right on top of here. And what I could do is I could actually lock the piano up. So that's what I'm trying to see if I can actually do that. Here's the soundboard. So when I take this apart, I have to take everything all apart again. I need to refinish the soundboard, which is no problem. I need to take all the speakers off and everything. The reason is that I need to put another coat on. It's going to shine it a lot more. There's a little bumper right there, and the reason for that bumper is that right up here on the lid prop, when this bumper comes right down, it touches that bumper, and it basically just rests on it. So the lid prop is not flexing back and forth. You have a two position lid prop, which is right here, and it comes out just like that, which is no problem. And I'm going to show you what this thing looks like closed. So let me put this on a stand. I have a lot of pianos everywhere. Pianos. I'm using this. Check this out, everybody. I'm using this one on Sunday. Yeah, this one I'm using at a gig on Sunday, so I have to get that one prepared. So you guys are gonna see me tune that. All right, so let me get this back on the stand. Hey, Daryl Davis, how you doing? Hey, Ariel. Okay, so I got that back on a stand. Move this backwards a little bit. This has better wheels. I updated the wheels. Let me see if that's a good corner for y'all. There we go. That's much better. That is much better. Okay, and I'm going to show you what it looks like closed. So the first thing I do is basically just move this forward. Once I move that forward, it gives me clearance to get this out the way. Put this down, and as you see, it rests on that little bumper right there. Closes perfectly. And now this part right here, I'm sorry, I had to lift this up, just like that. And it snugs perfectly, just like that. I think I have it right there. There we go. Yeah, it's perfect. And then this top lid goes in. Fall board closes. You know what? I'm missing a bumper. That's what I am. I'm missing a bumper right over here. And this should be down a little bit more. And I see why it's not. So, that's why I have to adjust it. What I have to do is I have to put this hinge down just a little bit more. I have to cut that and put that down a little bit more. So that's why I'm doing the editing right here. So this goes down. That goes down like that, which is no problem. There's going to be bumpers throughout the whole piano, like have you seen it when it was just being built right here? So the lid is actually going to be a little bit higher, like this, because there's going to be bumpers. Let me give you an example. See if I can find it. Now these are the wheels. These are the old wheels. These are the old wheels, so I use them for something else. Okay, so let me see if I can find the bumpers, which is right here. I gotta find some without screws so I don't scratch it. So I got this one and that one. These are the bumpers right over here, and I'm gonna cover them with what red felt. It's gonna be black right around here. I'm gonna polish it up. On top it's gonna be red felt. First I'm gonna screw that in, and then the red felt is going to be right on top of it, so you would not even know that it's screwed in. And then one of the bumpers is going to be right over here. The other bumper is going to be right over here, and there's going to be one like right over here. And so it's a little bit gapped. The reason of that is that it's supporting the lid a lot more. It's making it more even from that side to this side. And let me see something right here. I know it's probably not even right now, but I have to make it just a little bit even. Yeah, it's a little bit off. It's a little bit off because of that one little piece over there. It's kind of sticking out, so that's no problem. All I have to do is just basically take that off, sand it down, bring it back down, it'll be even. You know, that's one thing about, once I put this together, I know what to do. If it's a little mistake, I can fix it. If I have to rebuild the part, I can actually rebuild that one little piece apart. And you know, I have to mark where I have to cut off and then rebuild that little piece apart. I could probably use a jigsaw for it, but it's going to be dangerous for my hands. So I'm just going to use like a tiny little saw that could cut little pieces of wood. But this is phenomenal. And oh, by the way, everybody, this lid, it does weigh. It's not light. It's not light at all. This lid, the head piece of the lid and the tail piece of the lid, it weighs a little bit. I have a screw right over here to protect this side right over here because there's going to be little cups, tiny little cups right here. There's two of them. I have to spray it black, and that's gonna actually support the lid prop and the small lid prop. This just goes up like this. I keep it covered. The pedal actually works. I gotta get this pedal over here working. Now what you're hearing is that sound because it's the brass plate is a little bit loose. So let's see. Practicing on it, which is really, I love this piano. I have to practice more on it. One thing I like about it is that I can transpose. And you know, people are going to still ask me, people are going to think I'm faking when I'm playing, which I'm going to prove them wrong. And people are going to ask me if this is a real piano, because it kind of looks like a real piano. takes a little practice. It takes practice just to get your hands working on these keys, but this piano can actually, the legs come off, the wire comes off. This piano can actually fit in an SUV, it can fit in a hatchback, Nissan Versa, or any kind of small car. It could probably even fit in a smart car if you can, if you can fit it in there. This on, wow, I have this on 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock on here. I'm sorry, not 2 o'clock. I have this on 2. Basically, it's on it's on like probably 8 o'clock on here, which is, you know, but it's on level 2, and it still sounds like that. It's not even loud. Let's see what happens if I go lower. Higher. Only thing I don't like about it is that if I transpose up, it doesn't hold a note. It just cuts off. So. Beautiful sound it has. So this is what it's going to look like. This is one of the finishes that I can do in either the Kris Nicholson line or the Maxwell line. Now, a lot of people's asking me, what is the difference between the Kris Nicholson line and the Maxwell line? Kris Nicholson line is this. Basically, everything is made, well, except for the inner rim, which is inside. That's made out of cardboard. Plus it has wood, as I said, six layers of cardboard here, just the top right over here. But once you go out through the rim, it's actually 4 layers. In between the other layers, it's really, really hard premium cut wood. And it's throughout the whole rim. It's throughout the whole rim going around. What gives it the curvy shape is the cardboard. So that's 2 layers of cardboard going on it, basically. But the rest of the piano, like this is wood. This is wood. This is premium cut. Very, very, very nice, even cut wood. Basically, mostly. I think it was oak or something like that. I gotta see what kind of wood it was. I forgot. Soundboard is wood. The legs are wood. Basically the whole piano, the lid's wood and everything. This piano, I can actually sit on it. I can't do it right now because I got a soft finish on it. But this piano, I can sit on it, I can stand on it. Nothing's gonna happen to this piano. It's indestructible. Plus, this piano, it kind of weighs a little bit. So this piano is like probably 100 pounds. This is a 100-pound piano already. So this piano is a sturdy piano. This is the Kris Nicholson. The Maxwell line is actually going to be cardboard. And the reason for that, you're like, why are you gonna make that cheap? This piano cost, it was costly just to build this piano. Honestly, just to build this piano, it just in materials alone cost me like around 2,000, or from 2,000 to 2,400. So if I were gonna sell this in the market, it would be a little bit pricey. It would be probably like around 3,500 just to sell this. You know, that's if I have my own staff and everything like that. But if I hand built it, just for this piano alone, would probably cost around 3,500. I might work with people and just make it 25 actually, but and see if I could get money back on it. Because it was a lot of time. As you can see, I'm still doing more. I'm still doing more time on it, and of course, I'm going to be doing more finishes once I make more of these. This piano has a lid. I'm sorry. This piano has a rim. Indestructible. I can't. With cardboard, if I were to do this, it'll cave in. It will cave in. So the K Nicholson line is a fully wood product, except for a couple layers of the brim going around with the veneer sides. The Maxwell line is mostly cardboard and mostly soft particle board and cardboard, but it's still going to have the veneer sides, just like this that you see. It's still going to look like a wood piano, but mostly the inside of it is mostly the cardboard, and it's still going to have the same shape and everything like that. It's going to be a lot lighter. It's going to be a lot lighter for the Maxwell line than the K Nicholson line. K Nicholson line is more like Steinway. The Maxwell line is more like SX. I shouldn't say Boston. It's more like SX. So it's going to be really good pressed cardboard. On top of that, it's going to have an even seam, so everything is lighter on the Maxwell line. Say for instance, the K Nicholson might be, as I said, probably around 3,500 the most, just for this piano alone to build, or even a bigger size, the same amount of money. The Maxwell line will probably be around 1,000 or less than that, probably $900, depending on the piano, depending on the size. So you know, mostly what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to make one of the Maxwells, and just to show you the difference of this one and the other line. But and a lot of people say, why would you name it Maxwell? The reason of Maxwell, that's my middle name, everybody. Not that many people know it, but I was gonna just leave it as a secret for a long time. But my name is Christopher Maxwell Nicholson. So you get the K as in Christopher. Nobody that much calls me Christopher, they call me Chris. And you get the K as in Kris Nicholson. K Nicholson, K. Nicholson, that's what this is. And then Maxwell is my middle name, and it's true, because I put KMN, keyboard vault. That's Christopher Maxwell Nicholson, keyboard vault. And that's gonna be this line. Now, on the Maxwell line, you will get wood legs. You will get wood sturdy legs. You get, I mean, it's not going to be flimsy. It's still going to be strong, but it's not going to be as strong as the K Nicholson. It's not going to be as heavy as the K Nicholson. It's going to be basically a lighter, more portable version that you can even pick it up yourself without any help. This one, I could do this myself. This is no problem. I don't flip this one. Look right behind me. That's a 7'2". I don't flip that by myself. I cannot even lift up one corner of this piano by myself. That's heavy. The lid of this piano is half of the weight of this piano right here. With the Maxwell line, you can carry the whole thing. You could just pick up, carry the whole thing with the legs. This one, I won't be able to carry the whole thing with the legs. It weighs. I mean, right now I'm just doing this with, it weighs. It weighs a lot. But As in sound, depending on the keyboard, if it's a MicroStation or depending on your keyboard, if you want me to fit it in as in speakers, it's just going to be the same, you know? Maxwell and the Kris Nicholson line, they're both going to have the same system. But it depends on what kind of keyboard that I could fit your keyboard into the cabinet. So say for instance, if you wanted a Korg, let's see, if you wanted a Korg, more like one of those SP280s, it comes apart in 2 pieces, so I don't have to saw into that. I don't have to cut into the case. If you wanted a Kris Nicholson line, it's going to look like this, but bigger, with 88 keys. If you want it in a Maxwell line, it's still going to look like this, but different. It's going to have like almost the same features, but different materials. So, and I mean, that's why, you know, it's weird because when I thought about the 2 lines, I'm like, okay, what if you made a second line? What would you call it? And that's one thing about it, is that when I make my own instruments, and I've been doing this for a long time. And so I thought about different names, and I'm like, you know what? I can name it after my brother, I can name it after my sister, I can name it after my mother. And it's such a great instrument just to have this. And when you're playing, no matter what keyboard that you put into these instruments, into these cabinets, or say what keyboard that I can customize for, what cabinet that I can customize for your keyboard, doing a tongue twister, I'm sorry. I can make it the way how you want it. So say for instance, this model I call the B1. The B1 actually has the pointed edges, like you can see around here. This is all the pointed edges. The B2 has the curved. It's more curved edged, which is really cool. And same thing with the legs. Right here, it's a little curved, or a little. It's more pointed than curved, but it's going to be more curvier. Music desk going to be a lot more curvier. The body of the piano might be the same, but the lid rod might be, the lid prop might be different. The music desk might be different. The fall board is definitely going to be different. So with the, like say for instance, with the 2 series, this is the 1 series. The 2 series, instead of having a 2-piece just like that, you might have a 1-piece that just flows right in. It's going to be a lot more curvier. So that's one thing about it, because a lot of people, they have pianos that have pointed edges, and here's one over here. I don't know if you can see it, but that has a curved edge, very curved edge, which is really cool. But it's not just the curb appeal of it. It's going to be more elegant, more you know, different features on it. So tonight I am actually going to be breaking this down. The reason of that, and I can show you, is that in this bag, this is the new finish. This is by, wow, Bearing, that's what it is. I never heard of this company, but they said it's pretty good. This is a jet spray, and so I got 2 of these for the cabinet, which is pretty good. And they said all I have to do is put on a light coat. I don't have to spray it very, very heavy. Just put on a very light coat. You know, make sure there's no drips or anything like that. And because since I have all this sanding sealer on here, it's gonna have a light coat on, which is really neat. And so I got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 7 cans of it. So 2 of them is gonna be for the body. 3 of them is gonna be for each leg, and 1 of them is gonna be for the lyre. And it's let's see, 2 for the body, 3 for the legs, 1 for the lyre, and 1 for the top of the lid and everything. And plus I'm gonna spray very lightly. So that means what I have to do is I have to take the soundboard out. I have to refinish that. I have to take all the electronics out of it. Every single part of the electronics, I have to take out of it. Whatever's inside of it, I have to. What was that? whatever's inside of it, what I have to do is I have to actually cover it up like with painter's tape, with blue tape and everything, with newspaper. I don't care if the inside gets it, because right over here, I don't care if I spray that black or not. I just can't spray this black. So the soundboard has to come out. All the little pieces, every little piece that has to come out, all the hinges, everything that's brass hinges, they have to come off. You know, but before I break it down, I have to edit all the features to make sure that it's going to close properly. Like you see, it was a couple inches off right here, and make sure that it's going to resemble a real piano. So, without any further ado, I'm just sitting at it and playing it. When I turn this up louder, it's loud. Plus you hear that bass. That's a bass reflex system. I don't know if I showed you in another video. It's actually, say for instance, if I were to divide the speakers, it's actually divided in two. It's not just one big humongous area. It's two divided speakers, sound off. And what I mean by sound off is that this side can be separate from this side, and it won't combine at all. So I put soundproof materials on each side of the speakers. So when you hear the right, it comes out from the right. When you hear the left, it actually comes out from the left, and you're hearing more bass. One thing that I'm going to actually do is when I start playing this thing a lot more, which you kind of see on regular pianos, you see what they call finger scratching, which is on the fall board. And so I'm going to try to see if I can get a very, very good protective coating that is going to block that, which is going to be hard to do. But a lot of people's asking about the bench. This is what it is right here. It's a little cheap bench that I got, but I'm going to take this padding off and make actually a concert bench. Once I get some more energy to build stuff a little bit, I'll just one day just come up with it and build it. So I'm gonna make a concert bench that I'm gonna see if I could make it adjust up and down. If I can't, then it's just gonna look like a regular concert bench. This is the actual weight. I'm sorry, this is the actual height of that one. So when I'm sitting at a normal keyboard, this is how I sit. when I'm sitting at this piano, this is how I sit right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Normal keyboard or a piano, this is the height. This piano right here, this is the height that I sit, which is kind of weird, but it's very comfortable. What I have to do is I have to sit more back, and get used to it. I have to get used to it, basically. Taking off the transpose. Let me show you something. Let's put this down. Sounds different. See the difference? Same volume. It's not even full volume. It's not full volume. It's at 2. Hear that bass? What you're hearing, as I said, is this. Let me take that off. Here you go. This is the brass piece that you're hearing right there. That's going to be for the pedals, which is pretty cool. And right now, it kind of looks a little scratched up, but what it is that there's a plastic piece right on top of it. So I just peel that off. It'll look a lot better. So I got to fix that noise. Make sure you don't hear nothing. Plus, I gotta fix this pedal, the unicordic pedal. Which happens is that it shifts the keyboard slightly to the left. I'm sorry, slightly to the right, and it simulates it's gonna hit 1 string or 2 strings actually, instead of a 3. with it a little bit more because I'm a little bit bigger than I was a long time ago. I'm a little bit bigger, and a lot of people said I should have made the piano just a little bit higher, but it would not, if I made it a little bit higher, it would not fit the style of the piano itself, so I couldn't make it higher, everybody. I'm sorry about that. Beautiful sound, beautiful sound. Now, with 61 keys, I'm mostly, every time I play a 61 keyboard, I'm either stuck on a key of F or stuck on a key of C, so that's why it's better if I transpose. So I acquired this pedal a little bit more. The pedal is a little bit clunky. And I'm saying that on my own product. I'm saying it on my own piano because that's what I have to fix. That's what I have to fix on here. Beautiful sound. So that's basically this piano until I take it apart and start spraying it. So I'm going to do the taking apart process tonight. And then I got to fix whatever I have to fix, like that one little area I can see. And you know what? That's not bad. I don't have to shave that down. I just have to move the lid prop down. I'm learning something new every day here, everybody. Yeah, I just have to move the lid prop down just a tad. Because the lid prop is not touching the inner log. What I mean by the inner log is this right here. It's not touching that at all. So I have to move the lid prop down. I have a screw right here before, so I don't scratch up the finish. I put it in that little hole. Get the difference? So this is the piano, everybody. Thank you guys for watching, and do me a favor, click like, subscribe, follow me on everything. I have a lot of work to do to take this thing apart again. So and to spray it on, it should not take that long. So I'm gonna wake up early in the morning. I'm gonna wake up probably around, let's see, hold on a moment. I can tell you what time I'm gonna wake up because this is the time my partner wakes up, goes to work. Let's see. Okay, so my partner's gonna be at his job at 8 o'clock. So I'm gonna wake up probably around the same time, get dressed. I'm not gonna take a shower because I'm gonna smell like fumes. So it's best if I take a shower after I spray. And I'm gonna spray this thing, take all the electronics out. I'm gonna do that today. After what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make another video of me just basically taking it apart. How about that? And it's gonna be it's gonna be all prepped up so it can be sprayed. Hey, I might do some tonight. I don't care. As much as I can do. Mostly is at the body. So what I have to do is take the body outside, spray it, and I can do the body tomorrow probably. The reason of that is that it's too late tonight. But the little parts I could do that. But mostly I want to get the body nice sprayed, and then you get to see it black. So this is the last time that you're gonna actually see it this color, except for me taking it apart. But this is one of the colors that I could do. This color is called this color is not called plain. Everybody's calling it plain. A plain Jane, that's what they call it, right? No, this color is actually called beechwood. And so this is the you got the high polished beechwood or you got the satin beechwood. Mostly it's going to be the high polished beechwood because the satin beechwood does not look that good. So I don't think I'm going to do the satin beechwood. This is the high polished beechwood. So I'm going to try to make it into a high polished ebony if I could. If not, it's going to be a satin. But as much as I can do. Thank you so much for watching this video. Click like, subscribe, follow me on everything, and go to my website, www.krisnicholson.com. Go to my YouTube. You're already on my Twitter or stuff like that, or you're either on my Facebook or Twitter. So. Bye, everybody. Mwah.